Alright, guess we're back. Third time's a charm. We will get to this intermission sometime. I promise.
Oh,
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Kaito, don't be a dick.
Excuse me? It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tanko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tanko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tanko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Did
No,
any
I
of the
just
participants
realized
witness
that,
anything
well, not realized, but I'm
peculiar
remembering.
during the seance? If you
In the
know
first
something,
case, we had
please
that
speak
drone
up.
that was taking
It could
photographs
be the
of
key
the
to
room.
solving this mystery.
Yeah?
That never really came up at all. And I don't like introducing elements that are so, you know, Mew could have done something by remote control in a different room without that being part of the plot.
Well, we don't know yet. The game's still got plenty of life in it.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think it's going to be relevant to this case, but it just really annoys me that they would introduce something like that so early without it having any payoff. We need a clue.
I think, though, it was probably just a way for us to get the map of the
Did
room.
anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance? There is something.
There's a sound.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect. Failed.
No? You're
All right, I'm
with
agreeing.
me. Damn, on your
Did
trigger.
anything seem out of
I'm
the ordinary during the
just
seance?
gung ho.
There is something that bothers me. The seance failed. The ritual was perfect.
That doesn't matter, damn it.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Something
I'm more
fall.
concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
Oh, poor baby.
Interesting that Himiko says she heard something fall.
Did anything seem out of
Oh.
the ordinary during the seance?
In other words, she has a bit of information that we don't have, or she's just
The ritual
pontificating
was
without
perfect.
any knowledge.
Well,
We'll find out in a second because that's...
yeah.
Now that I
She
think
heard a
about it,
sound. There's nothing specific about the
while
sound,
we were all
just that.
singing the song,
What song?
I
Oh,
heard
the Cave
something
Child song. Hey.
Really?
Ah,
I'm more concerned.
I totally messed up.
But yeah, she could have said she heard a sound, but she specifically said she heard something fall.
Well,
And that's
Yeah.
like,
Now that I
that
think
wording
about
was
it,
incredibly important
we were
in
all
the second
singing
game
the song,
when Mikan was like,
I heard something fall.
oh, good.
Great.
She's like, you... something about the video.
Himiko,
She knew
you think
something that was
fell
the
because
one
of that
incriminating
sound you
thing.
heard, right?
yeah. Hi, Wheatley. Then again, we're agreeing rather than refuting.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard. What could have fallen down?
Oh, I know what could have fallen down.
A body?
A human being.
There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Did it hit underneath? see.
What caused the sound? So I want to say
I want to say it was the sickle.
no.
Yeah, you're right. That wouldn't have been that loud of a sound.
See, I want to say it was this, but somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it!
No, he knows. He knows. You know, we gotta keep the trust whenever we like.
It's like Undertale. He doesn't forget.
All right, maybe the cross piece.
No, because we would have heard the sawing. Try the sickle, because getting rid of the murder weapon would have taken, you know, it would have had to drop.
It was not loose before the seance, so it's the loose floorboard being moved.
This is it!
Or it could be the, you know,
I think
opposite.
the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
So maybe it was a pump, as opposed to something falling, it popped up.
Yeah,
Was the sound
definitely a weird
intense
thing,
enough?
because that wouldn't be the right sound. But
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
All right,
What
then,
could it
let's go with
possibly be?
that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
heads together. More debating.
This is a long ass trial.
So what
Yeah.
made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Right, now we could start
Maybe that
working on the
person
fact
tore
that
off the
somebody
floorboard.
prepared this.
Maybe some tore off.
That wouldn't make
No.
such a loud crashing sound.
That would have made like
Maybe
a
the wooden
creaking.
statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor,
Yes?
then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
We
Someone
didn't
must
say
have
that.
stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Oh, come
Don't
on.
be stupid. Don't you know me and Balls are the best of friends?
You sure are. I'm actually going to say that Gonzo's correct here.
I
Floorboard
think
come
it
loose.
is him.
Found there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated
Because
in
we're
the
talking
seance.
about somebody being
Maybe
underneath
that
the
person
floorboard,
tore
and we
off the
know that it was
floorboard.
pre-sword, so...
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound. The wooden
By the way, I want to double check the exact wording of this.
Well, what are our other truth bullets?
statue
Dried
fell
blood
over.
under the floor.
No,
But that statue
No.
was still on top of the cage.
no. It's cross...
Hide under
Oh.
floor, then stood with such might.
I was wrong. So what made the
Okay,
floorboard
so
come
which one
loose?
would I... It's got to be the cross piece.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
No. No, love, stop it. Think things through before hitting a button.
Well, now I only have one other option.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
We don't know that it's the cross.
Judging from the sound, there must have
You
been
are
considerable
convinced,
force.
but
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a
It's
loud
not tearing
crashing
it off.
sound. Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
no, the statue didn't
But
fall.
that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
We didn't say
Someone
that.
must have stomped through the floorboard.
A
Huh.
floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous.
It's got to be.
God, it's like I'm the only one staying on on the ball.
I hate to say it, but
What are other heat bullets?
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Alright,
Check.
dried blood.
that's not it.
No.
Jing from the
Sangre and seance.
That's not it.
sound, there must have been
Magic
considerable
circle.
force.
Someone
Hold on, let me see if there's anything on the magic circle.
Okay.
Although we did notice that there was a disruption in the
participated
circle
in the
when
seance. Maybe that
we
person
were
tore off the floor.
investigating the body. I think we'll get to that in a
Wouldn't make
second
such a
now.
loud crashing
But
Yeah, I
sound.
don't think.
one of the four of us stomped through
Maybe
the
the
floor.
wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that's
Oh, here's a question.
statue
No.
was still on top of the cage.
Hide
Why
under
don't
floor.
you?
Maybe the sickle wasn't used
Then
to kill
stood
Tenko,
up
but it
with
was used to
such
kill
might.
Angie. And that's why we're confused
We
right
already
now.
said there was
No.
one under the floor.
Alright, let's focus on
Someone
this
must
and then
have
I'll tell
stomped
you
through the
why.
floor.
Alright.
Yes. That.
Yes, there we go.
I agree.
You shitty own grin.
Okay. The sickle had wet blood on it.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
you're
right.
right.
The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
But floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Nice work, Sherlock.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
Okay. Oh, the dried blood came from the culprit, not from Angie.
Alright. Okay.
Oh shit, it's hangman time.
What happened when the loose floorboard was stepped on?
Seesaw.
Seesaw effect?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this is a really fucking long trial.
Nice. Improved Hangman Gambit.
Hey, this one is actually a decent hangman's gambit.
The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
A seesaw?
The cross piece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off. The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no cross piece, the next cross piece would act as a fulcrum to turn the
And if
floorboard
my
into a
initial theory
lever.
about there being something in the bottom of the dog statue is true, that's how it worked.
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
That can't be though, because there was no hole.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tengo like that. unless they use the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
You what, mate?
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
Alright.
Oh, right, because there was no tear on the white sheet. So,
Yeah.
What?
Where was the sickle? Between the victim and the floorboard. No.
It's underneath the floorboard then. No?
Oh no!
Damn, I don't understand this at all.
Top?
That's it!
Good for you,
The
dude.
sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Okay, that's what I was assuming, but I don't get how that works. Like, how did we not see it?
The reason we didn't see it.
See, that's what I was trying to
because of the
describe with
fabric
it being at the
covering
bottom of the
cage.
dog statue.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but how was it put there? How did it get burned?
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
What?
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
Wouldn't Tenko have
Tenko's
known
body
though?
would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
I'm sure it does make sense.
Oh no.
Kyo?
She was bent
What if it
over,
is Kyo?
meaning the sickle's
Probably
blade
is.
would have connected with her neck.
Because
The 6-inch sickle blade
Um.
wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate.
he's
for
the only
blade's
one who
length.
could have done it without disrupting the salt.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than
Yeah, but they
bringing
didn't
the sickle
disrupt
to
the
the
salt.
victim.
He did disrupt the salt.
That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
Right, but it would have been really obvious leaving
It's
a
crazy.
trail from.
It would explain
Yeah.
how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
Okay.
Incidentally, the two people who were on the south side of the cage were Shuichi and Kokichi. Kimiko was on the
But
top
that was a
left
seesaw
and Kyo was
homicide.
on the top right.
That's fucking crazy!
Yep,
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know?
you fuck.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Oh!
Oh boy!
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Oh, you're doubling down, you little fuck.
Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's
Oh! Himiko was on the side of the
Because
path.
this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand. By cutting the crosspiece beneath
Ah, right. She's the one who told
She
us
had
to go
the
in that
path-
room.
Yeah.
She's the only
The
one.
culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room.
I mean, Kyo is the one that I would suspect the most because of the circumstances, but his argument here is bulletproof.
That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
Yeah?
And the sickle was on her side.
I'm sorry, Himiko, but I'm on Kyo's side right now. I mean, we've been
I'm
suspecting
not
you.
sorry at all, actually. I was really worried that it was Kyo for a
was the one who
second.
chose the site for the seance.
I mean, I've been talking about my golden troll for a while now.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time.
Well, the thing is that Himiko doing this murder doesn't mean shit for the actual murder.
Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
And she's the one who directed our attention to this murder in the first place. So if she killed Angie, this doesn't bode well for her at all. Why would she do that?
What if Tenko killed
Then
Angie?
She killed
That's
Tenko.
quite possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now
All
we don't
according
know
to
who killed Angie.
That's
But
a
we do
lie,
know
right?
that whoever, like,
Himiko
if there are
did
two
such a
different
thing?
murderers, Himiko would go free.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Gonta, bless your heart.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tinko? I killed Tinko?
Oh shit.
Himiko?
She was trying to commit suicide. No, wait. No, there's no way. She would have had to activate the seesaw herself.
Yeah.
Unless, of course... Yeah, but why would... No. This... No.
What's wrong, Himiko?
Intermission?
Well, let's keep going.
Yes, let's save.
Well now.
Guess the victim quiz, part 2. Oh, not culprit. When they did this to us in Danganronpa 2, I actually paused the game for a really long time to work it out. I was so upset that they trolled me. I wanted my Killer Man is Killer Man moment, god damn it.
It's okay.
Oh, he can talk. Huh.
Absolutely right. Hey,
You know the fandom very well, Monokuma. Well done. Huh.
all right.
Well, you're on your way.
Alright, so Montoro, you're the next one down because Monodam, his murderous eyes are on you.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
It sends shivers down my spine.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's not compute.
Did you hear something? No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh no, are you guys ignoring Monodam too? Oh my god, why are you
Well,
pissing
what
him
else is
off?
scary? Sweet buns. Yep, tasty, tasty sweet buns.
Montaro, you are actually committing suicide right now. You know this.
So round, so sweet, so delicious. That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Aw, Monodam.
Did you
I
hear something?
don't feel sorry for him.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Get ready. He gonna kill you. Alright, Himiko, you're in the hot
Answer
seat.
us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Oh boy.
Wendy Lee, I love you.
She's just laying out the slurs.
It is pronounced twat.
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
I don't like how Americans just try to emphasize the A as if they were speaking English, but that's not how we say it.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening. I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tanko died. Why did I have to survive?
Oh, damn, survivor's guilt.
And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
This is actually very bad for us because if she isn't going
don't
to
give up.
fight back or help us reach the truth, then we'll vote for her and all die, and she doesn't care.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial.
Mew understands.
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry.
Damn it, Himiko, you can't even be compelling when you're on
Himiko
the
was the one
verge
who
of
chose
death.
that room.
Give me
Therefore,
something.
She is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tanko!
You know, I have a question. Did we check the other two rooms? No, we didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Although, Kokichi did check the other rooms, which is why he fell down and got bloodied. All three rooms had the seesaw effect. Kokichi was smart enough to check that, but we got distracted by his dead body. We were going to check, we were on our way to. Monokuma prevented us from doing that.
Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
In other words, Kyo is the killer.
Himiko's a little
Of the second death.
slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
No.
No, that is entirely why Kokichi was bloodied.
Well, yeah.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more
Monodam's in the back
possibilities.
cheering us on.
That does seem like rather
Yeah,
a
he's
pointless
being
quest.
really deflective.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth.
God, I gotta stop thinking about people's motives. In the last case, I was like, oh, Kaito
So
is
no
trying
give
to
up,
dissuade us
Himiko.
from going down this lead. He must be guilty. In this one, I was like, Himiko is the one who sent us on the path to talk about Tenko rather than Anji. But
Well, you gotta think of motives, so...
I don't know. In the Phoenix Wright games, that never works out for me. The only person who ever talks about motives is Pain. Oh no.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was Trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yes.
I agree.
Oh! Oh, boy! Oh!
Gonta, you're getting good at trial.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same.
You know,
They
I was
all
really
trapped.
proud of myself for being ahead of the game there, but I'm exactly where the game wanted me to be.
What? Is that true?
I'm still falling behind, but that's okay.
It's okay, we discussed this in the previous video. You and I have different ways of thinking about things, which allows you to think outside the box and therefore get information that I wouldn't think about because I'm on the rails. Hey, Fuckface.
Way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
While you
He
were in the
knew.
room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
You know,
Ooh.
I don't know if the game's going to do this, but if I were Kyo, I'd start blaming Shuichi because he forced his way into the seance. The seance was only supposed to be him and the student council members. We came in and we kicked Kibo out.
Now, is he surprised? Like, oh, there were more traps, or oh shit.
We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko.
Well,
Right.
there is, but there are 4 culprits.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Yeah, if I were Kyo, I'd start going after
Live
Shuichi.
life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead.
Aww. Okay, if this is a springboard for Himiko's character development, I am 10,000% on board.
This trial, it's not just for our lives.
I mean,
it's for
Asahina
everyone
actually
who's
became
died as
interesting
well.
after Sakura's death.
That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Gonta, you are perfect.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Are you going to be a better character now?
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
God.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Thanks, kids.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
They could see in the dark.
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
They're making it too obvious that Kyo's the prime suspect. There's got to be a fucking
Must have been
twist on
barrier
this.
magic.
Oh my God,
That's
Himiko!
one
Now you
possibility,
have
but I
drive,
think it might have
and
been something else.
you're still annoyed.
The assault.
Magic circle.
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Kyo. You're the only one.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Oh, why?
Well, again, this isn't the end.
It has to be you!
Yeah, we still have to figure out who killed Angie. Really, that's the
Kyo.
only murder that
Was
matters.
it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick, but that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in...
Question though.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
What was the point of killing somebody mid-investigation?
Yeah. Like, if it were a crime of passion because Anji was killed by Tenko, I'd understand. Oh, shit.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
He had it
I
memorized.
see. That is problem.
Mm-hmm.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
Have you ever seen
I
him
will explain
freak
that
out?
in due time. Please answer my question first.
Damn, you have everything on lockdown right now, Kyo.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
No. Sixth Sense. Oh. Sorry. It's gonna have
It's gotta
to
be touch.
That's it!
Okay, the
The
reason I
culprit
said
used
Sixth
touch.
Sense, by the way,
They didn't
is just
see,
the
they felt.
memory of the space.
Okay,
So
That way they
that
could
wasn't
get
out
around
of
in the dark.
nowhere.
that's
Like how
alright.
I
The whole
got to the
five senses
candle.
thing is very,
Antiquated.
yeah. Not even antiquated. I mean, human experience hasn't exactly changed at all. It's just a very, you know, elementary school version of things, like teaching genetics with the whole dominant and recessive genes. It's a lot more complex than that, but, you know, it's a good way of understanding it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
What the hell is the cat doing? Culprit used what?
Magic
Magic.
circle. My magic. Like no R's. Don't see any there either.
It's up
Where?
backwards.
I like this new Hangman Gambit. I like it a lot.
That's it! The magic circle! They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see.
So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Yeah, Kyo, you're really the only one who could have done this at this point.
You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
Yeah?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
Yeah, but I do remember it does go to the
So
corners
what?
of the room.
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes?
It
the
had a
magic
path.
circle didn't
Yeah.
reach us, so I could not have followed it.
I've-
Yes?
I mean, I don't have a
You're
proof of
talking
it, but
about the
I know it's
magic
true.
circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I most definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check? Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
Ah, Keebs!
You're recording.
We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Kokichi, you little troll.
Hey, may I have your attention?
I said cut that out! It's too bright!
Miyu, thank you for fixing our boy.
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
Oh,
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
what?
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
That's what I thought.
Image?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
He just barfs out of paper.
Ready?
That is a really nice CG of you, boy.
I was kidding, but okay.
From your mouth?
Yeah.
I also used magic like that before.
Shut up, Himiko.
This printout is my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Don't make me point it out. For God's sake.
There! This helped a lot, Kibo.
Get that
Without
elementary
you.
bullshit out of my face.
I never would have seen through Kiyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners.
Give it up, you crazy
Means that
fucker.
you'd be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
You're not even the person we're going for right now.
Different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Why are they
Grunter.
shitting on him?
Hey, where's my things? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
You know, she's earned it.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
No, you don't want to ask a question like that.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Can we please move on?
You what? Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Please, God. Why?
Plus,
let's move on.
So?
We don't
See?
need
You're all
any more.
grossed out. This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan.
We didn't want to hear it.
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
All right, Himiko, you have gained a lot of stock. You may now live.
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Yep, you can live. You're okay.
See, my question now is, was he
So,
gunning for
Kyo.
Himiko?
If you have any objections,
Huh.
you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Because he didn't seem to mind whether Tenko
Since
or
you've
Himiko
given
was
me
the
the
one
option,
who was
I will
performing
most
it.
certainly
Yeah,
object.
I mean, we don't know his motive at the moment.
Right.
As a side note, it does seem to be a thing that we keep talking to the person who is gonna die. You know, first case, obviously, we were Kaede, couldn't do anything about that, but second case, we were getting really close to Kurumi, and now this case, we spent all our time with Kyo.
Oh, I'm glad that we did.
Yeah, it's like,
Fuck!
we just keep falling in love with the fucking killer, and never getting anybody maximum, so we don't get the points.
To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Oh, Kyo.
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Well, you taught us your stuff, we will teach you in turn. You are still our friend, and you didn't kill Anji, hopefully?
Yeah. Again, it doesn't matter if the killers are different.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of
Oh,
the
shit.
murder weapon? It was set up in the cage.
This is not... huh.
The only people capable of that
This isn't moving right.
are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
I can only move it on the left side of the screen right
You're
now.
going to
Normally I
claim
get
I am the
full
culprit.
360 movement.
Then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage.
Oh, now I can
Suspicion
move.
should fall on them.
Oh, can I only move where the yellow line is?
I think so.
True, we could have placed the
Oh.
signal there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer.
Alright. He put the sheet.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi
If
and
the
Shuichi.
sickle was inside
But
the
in
sheet,
regards
that,
to that
that
dilemma,
fixes everything I was
I did
confused
not
about.
carry the cage, nor
'cause
did I
that
lift
really
it.
fucked me up for a
I
very
had
long
no
time.
opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words.
Nice. You got the lead.
Trisha, you did a great job because you worked out something that's been bugging me the entire fucking case.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
Damn it! Makes so much sense now that, you know,
You
it's
could
said.
have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth.
By that point, her head was already on the
And
rock.
retrieved
so
it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped
Mew,
the
why are you
sickle.
having an orgasm right now?
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Okay.
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
Huh?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
Wow.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
Hey, you are not spotless, my friend.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko. That is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Oh, shit!
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
If Tenko did kill Angie like we're thinking, I wouldn't put it past Monokuma to decide that, you know...
Well, Tenko's dead, so...
Yeah, Final Destination rules apply. In fact, read this very carefully, just to be...
What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates? First come, first serve.
You see...
I want to read the rule as well, because if it's specific to, you know, living, then Kyo's fucked.
Alright. Only the one whose victim was found. Oh, shit! He doesn't know who killed Angie. So to him, it didn't really matter. But if...
I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
Probably, but we don't know.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
That's
I understand how you
true.
feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly.
Thank you, Kibo.
This is
There is
gonna
a
suck.
non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Shut up, Kokichi.
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Oh,
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
guys, leave him alone.
Enough! It's voting time! I'm
No.
gonna vote for him!
Himiko.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Which could be Himiko.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
No.
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part.
But what was your motive?
Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer?
Oh,
Yeah, this
Had
required
I
a
known,
lot
I
more.
certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
okay, that's fair. He was trying to use the other murder to obfuscate his own attempt to escape. I can believe
You're
that.
lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Shut up, Kokichi.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the
No.
culprit.
I think the class are 50-50 split. Time for a scrum.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
Scrum, 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 scrum.
The culprit's one of you.
Yeah.
This argument is getting intense. At times like this, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Me too.
Why were you waiting for it?
I get the feeling in some ways that Kokichi could be a bit of an audience surrogate because he's there to make it more entertaining. And, well, Danganronpa 2 was very clear about the fact that this universe understands that we're here to play a game and to have fun and watch these kids get murdered. But it's not going to let us do that without a little bit of, you know, fuck you player for wanting this.
I hate that so much.
What? That the game is playing with your emotion?
No, that the game thinks it knows what I'm thinking.
Oh, right.
I won't be manipulated by some game. Fuck that. Oh, now when you're oh.
Kyo killed Tango and Angie.
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
Lab.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo
Okay.
did kill Tanko, but he not blackened?
Blackened.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Roll.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tango's death. Can't we just vote?
I got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Oh, I
He
see.
forced
The
his
other
way
one was
into
Angie.
Angie's research lab and killed her.
I really like this section.
Kyo killed Tango and Angie.
Yo.
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research.
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tanko.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added
Oh, I
after
see. There are
both
fewer
murders.
people on our side, so
I got
a couple
this.
people are
Not
getting
yet.
repeats.
There's
Yeah.
still another mystery to solve.
I was wondering how they were going to make that work with the number of people going down. Yeah!
Ho ho!
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tanko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tanko's crime scene.
Dried blood.
I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Oh, dry blood.
This is it!
God, I've been waiting like 2 hours for this.
The bloodstain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tanko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tanko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
It was there before Tanko was.
No, sorry.
I was
That-
wrong!
That was me completely. It happened before the seance.
Right.
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tanko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
That's it!
Okay, so it definitely is Auntie's
That
blood and
bloodstain
not
wasn't
from.
Tanko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tanko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed.
All right.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
But the pool of blood.
Killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities.
Now, granted, you did say that the bandage was probably used to prevent the bleeding, and then.
Yeah.
But it's still really weird that there's such a big pool of blood in the art room.
We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
That puts Kyo back on the table.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone, and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
Kyo, don't cast more suspicion on yourself, mate.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too.
He's loving it.
But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie. The art research lab is not...
I don't think so.
Alright, where's the cage dog? That doesn't appear to be either.
Yeah.
What were the other? Gold leaf, katana, and then the effigies. Alright, I got nothing.
Where Angie was
Well,
killed.
let's...
She was killed in the
Listen.
empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
That doesn't
Why
seem
would she
right.
go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it!
Wax.
She wanted a candle! Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
No.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
Yeah.
I agree.
The art?
I'm going to use this one because they're wax sculptures.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Is not
But
where Angie was killed.
I recall that the sculptures were already made
She
when
was
she
killed
was
in the
alive.
empty room instead.
Yeah.
She left her lab
on her own?
But why would she go into an... There shouldn't have been anything... Except for candles.
That's it! She
She wanted a candle.
Oh no!
What was she trying to do right before her death?
Alright, what was the Necronomicon then? Prepare an effigy. Size and shape of the effigy. She needed the fire.
Yeah.
So she did need a candle, but it was for the fire, not for the wax.
Instead.
She left her lab
on her own? But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles. That's it! She wanted a candle!
I agree!
Candle!
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play!
Mew, please.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
Actually, Mew, you should talk to Kyo. I think that his ultimate Shibari skills would be very useful to you.
It's not going to be super useful in the next
Oh yeah,
hour.
he's gonna be dead, very dead. But
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right! There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
looks like she's got the
That's
Ghostbusters
why
logo
there
on the
was
back of
dry
her.
blood underfloor.
Which means
Commodore
Angie was
64
attacked
version.
in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be a Tua's will. Or maybe magic.
Oh my god, you shit kid.
Yeah.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Oh, good. You're finally getting a bit of reality.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that is fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab?
That's very true, yes.
Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
Tape.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
First of all, thank you, Trisha, for pointing that out a couple hours ago. And second of
I
all,
think she was still alive
Hey.
after the attack in the empty room.
oh, it was only the head wound.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Oh.
You could get in when, yeah.
Forehead injury.
This is it!
He hit her in the front head.
The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from the katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now.
I think we have pretty much all of the details now. We just need
Angie
to
was
work
attacked
out
in the empty room,
who
carried
finished
to
her.
lab, and it was there that the
It's probably
culprit
Kyo,
finished
but-
her off.
All
Oh,
clear.
Kyo.
This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear?
What?
What are you all? You what? What?
What the
are-
fuck?
I will
You
not.
what,
leave.
mate?
I will not back down.
Yo! Who called it?
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself.
What?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
Oh, I can do this.
Okay.
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
I have a feeling that Alexis really likes this character.
I've
Yes, you're right. Okay,
boy.
I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Okay, so we got a Code Veronica situation on our hands.
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog!
Welcome back, Todd Habercorn, you fucking ham. I love you.
Nothing is clear at all!
What the shit? I was right, but at what cost?
Bloody duct tape is the
Angie
answer.
was attacked in the empty room first,
Whoa!
and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body, and not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if we wiped them down,
Missed it.
there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere.
Yes!
Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
You're good at getting the V's.
I'm getting there. Blades, yes. Gun, no.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
No, what happened to you?
Gonta didn't notice at all.
We'll find
Inside
out.
The body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
Must have been Atua who did that for us.
Come on, 2 seconds ago you were...
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Oh
Now
god.
we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie. It has to be you.
Oh, Kyo. But why'd you kill Tenko?
Kyo, you killed Angie.
Oh,
So it's true.
Taylor Swift.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
Killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which
I
one?
think Angie's was the accident. Because Tenko's was planned.
I was wrong.
Listen to me.
Okay.
That's it.
How could it have been an accident?
Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tango wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then he should have just stopped there. Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tinko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
You are not wrong.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed two of our friends?
What is it? What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit.
Split
Can we
personality?
go back to that? Yeah.
Why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio.
Yeah, can we go back to this, please, and explain what this is?
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
Just let it play out, guys. We're going into pure Phoenix Wright territory, and, you know, if you're genre savvy there, this shit happens.
Oh shit, is he, like, summoning someone?
He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
Same?
You're wrong. There is evidence.
There is?
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Apologize.
Oh boy.
Apologize.
What?
Apologize.
Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are... Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic, that's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic, that's
Damn,
merely a
you like
delusion.
leveled up.
Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate...
I'm getting better.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Fuck.
Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you.
Doing this blind is fucking difficult.
So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize. You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Remove floorboard.
Oh, fuck.
Board floor.
Floor, floor.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
It ends here!
That's why there was blood on it. That's 3 female stripped villains in a row.
I see. And how do you
It's
know
kind
the
of
floorboard
uncomfortable.
was the murder weapon?
Japan, cut this shit out.
There was a small patch of dry blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Oh boy.
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Keo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
The weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick.
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Jesus, Todd.
Oh man.
I believe that while Keo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with a floorboard.
Yes.
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This
You-
is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi. I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Okay, Kaito.
Thanks, boss.
Put an end to this.
Sure thing.
For Angie and Tanko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time.
It's time.
I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Ho ho ho!
He's getting better every single case. Alright, what we got? Sickle place to kill. So that's towards the end. Next we got remove floorboard. That's up here.
Yeah. Stuck duct tape. Or, okay, remove the gold leaf. No, it's gonna need to be farther back. What was compressing the injury?
There it is, yep. Remove gold leaf katana.
Yeah. Who besides Kokichi is responsible? No.
Alright, now we got everything. I think it's easier for us to go by,
Kokichi's lock technique.
Oh wait, that's right at the end, isn't it?
That one.
Right, next we got...
Cut cross piece under the floor. That's at the beginning. How does magic? Then you had the effigy.
Yeah, they've really streamlined everything in this game to make it a lot more streamlined and user-friendly. Because I used to hate doing these because they took so long.
Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the fourth
I'm
floor.
usually exhausted by the end of the trial.
The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all three empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the cross pieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the cross pieces in all three rooms.
Aww.
I
However,
feel
when the
sorry for
culprit
her.
was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting cross pieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan, but now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit.
He doubled down.
The culprit took the floorboard they loosened, and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head.
My question is, how does this relate to the motive? Like, even if he did want to bring somebody back from the dead,
The culprit did
how would
not
this
want to give up on
accomplish
their
that?
plan and had to improvise.
Again, I think it's less the like who they brought back and more the fact that it was a point of
They
contention
wrapped
between
duct
all of
tape
them.
around Angie's
Hmm.
injury to stop the bleeding.
So the Necronomicon itself and its use was the motive.
Then they picked up her unconscious body and
If
carried
that's the
her
case,
to
then
a
why did
research lab.
Kyo do this?
Was he pissed?
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
There are fewer overlying mysteries in this game.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab.
I'm thinking like Danganronpa 2, you had the clock in the middle of the
Locked
town
the
square,
front door from inside.
or the island, sorry.
We have the flashback memories that show all of our funerals. It's a pretty big mystery.
And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down.
You know, the funny thing is, if he
There
just
were
quit
2
there, he
reasons
would have
for
got away
this.
with it.
To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere.
None of us would have thought that she went into the empty room to get the fire, and without that, we would have assumed it was got to be one of the student council members.
And the other was the key to locking the room.
Like, seriously, if he just quit while he was ahead, he would have won.
The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance.
He could have also burned the Necronomicon. Because the instructions were all in there, and it would have been assumed that she
and
tried to
spun
do
the
some
effigy around to twist up the rope.
ritual. But he didn't read it, so...
After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
Smiling face.
Like a hey Mikey.
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
See, I'm just imagining now like the Scott Pilgrim trying to throw
Once
the
completed,
package.
door was locked,
Yeah.
but the duct tape was
Attempt
left behind.
32. He was just like,
Perhaps
oh
the
my
culprit
god,
noticed it,
please
but
just
by that
end
point,
this.
it was too
End
late.
me.
The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back
Well, we're
inside.
about to.
Yeah.
Himiko gets her wish.
And you don't get your golden trial.
I don't get my golden trial.
Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body.
And Trisha loses another favorite character.
Well, that means Kaito's next, right?
I
But
don't
the
even
culprit
care about
wasn't
Kaito
finished.
anymore.
You
He
don't?
wanted one more murder.
He's probably got something horrible going on with him. I don't care.
To do that,
This is the
they
curse of playing a
manipulated us into
Danganronpa game.
performing this- Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was
I'm still
chosen for the
happy. I
seance.
mean, I didn't really lose anyone this trial.
I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed.
You know, that's actually a cute picture of Tenko.
To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage.
Another thing that puts Danganronpa 2 still a little bit above this game in my head.
The culprit used the weight of the
In
statue
DR2,
to
they
keep the
really
murder
didn't
weapon
want
in
to kill each
place.
other. They were very intent on, you know, not submitting to Monokuma's. Number one, in this one, they're doing very willing killing.
Yeah, selfish things.
Because I'm like,
Yeah, well, the guys
the
in 2
preparations
ended
were
up murdering
complete,
lots and
he
lots and
began the
lots and
seance.
lots of people. So you can't really say that they're getting off scot-free.
okay, so they did commit a little bit of mass genocide. That's fine.
Yeah.
They got to live happily ever after on a
In
metal
complete
ship locked away
darkness,
with
they each stood in
Nagito.
one corner,
The worst
Right.
saying the caged
form of
child
power.
Just because they're not murdering each other doesn't mean that they haven't collectively murdered a ton of people together.
Well, I mean, during the game they were fine. And that's what I liked,
When the
because
song
every
finished,
case
the soul
I
of the
felt
dead was
really
supposed to
heartbroken
enter
that
the
somebody
medium.
was forced into a situation where they had to kill. I mean, even Peko killing My Hero, that wasn't an intentional kill. That was Fuyuhiko being misunderstood by Peko.
But our culprit had another plan. To commit a
And she
murder
was
in the
stopping him from a
darkness.
crime of passion.
Right.
Right after
And I
we
think he
started
even
singing,
said he didn't
the
want to go
culprit
through with
began
it, but he
making
saw
her way
red.
toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness.
And
But
he's
our
not
culprit had a
exactly
guide.
the calmest dude.
Right.
They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide
In the
them
fourth
along.
case, it was a situation where if nobody killed, they all would have died.
Yeah. Mikan, though. Fuck her.
And when the
Yeah,
culprit
and even
reached the
then, that
center
wasn't
of the
really her
circle,
fault. It was a situation where, you know, they had a virus.
Yeah, that's true. And Teru was
They
trying to
found
stop
the floorboard that had its
Nagito
crosspiece cut off the night before.
from murdering everyone.
Right, and Kaede did the same thing, so I'm not going to fault Kaede, but, you know,
Kaede's perfect and did nothing wrong.
Then lifted up their foot
yeah.
and stomped down hard on the floorboard.
I'm just saying that Maid
The
and
floorboard
Kyo
lifted
here
up like a seesaw
clearly intended to murder.
and pushed Tenko's
They
knew
head
what
that
toward
meant.
the ceiling of the cage.
And with
Tenko
Kurumi,
was stabbed in the back of
she
the
had a
neck by
pretty
the sickle
legit
on the
and
top of the
compelling
cage.
reason. It wasn't that she didn't care about the group.
She was killed
It's
right
that-
before our eyes, and we didn't even
The
see
needs
it.
of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner,
Give him the stomp.
finished the ritual, and had us light the candles.
So I made a mistake while I was
followed the
editing
culprit's
the
directions
other
and
videos. I'm
removed
not
the
going to make that
equipment used
mistake
for the
again.
seance.
What?
I had the execution and the beginning of chapter 3 in the same video. If we do pause after the trial results and wait for the execution next time, then I'll make the execution its own
Discovered
separate video.
Tenko's body.
That is if, you know, you want to go to bed after.
I think we probably should. Just
We really
'cause I
should.
do
We have to be up in the morning.
While we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle
Plus, the
and
mystery
dropped it
itself
under the floor
is
through
over.
the hole in the corner of the room.
Sort of.
We still don't know why he did it, but yeah.
You still don't know what the fuck is going on.
Ironically,
Sounds
the
revolution.
final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture.
What the fuck?
He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle.
Thank you, Kibo and Mio.
But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle.
Oh,
Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders. That's where my detective work leads us. It
oh shit.
Sweet Korekio, there were times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
Huh?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends.
Well, you just lost about 12.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. I was so close to 100.
You needed to fill up that monkey sphere, huh?
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Mew.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already.
I mean,
Roger that. One voting time. Coming up.
thanks, Monokuma.
Racing excitement as
Oh,
Heart racing excitement.
As the blackened and the spotless finally face off.
It's voting time.
please stop ignoring Monodime. He's gonna kill you. Also, he's not in that portrait there, and that makes me sad.
Because he probably didn't say anything.
Monodime, it's okay. You'll get taste of sweet blood or oil very soon. Suck it. Who are you gonna vote for, Q?
Oh, now I can focus.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Vote for Himiko.
God, I rooted for you.
Oh, he voted for himself.
Well, it's not like he could say no.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong
Like with
one?
Kurumi, she refused to admit defeat.
Yeah. And she was still trying to play us even after she was put up for execution. Give me them mono coins. I need those mono coins for more shit.
Yeah, see the bottom corner? There are 2 question marks.
Ah, so there are 2 back routes that I didn't take.
Right.
I did see the back route when I was there first time, but it doesn't look like I took either of them.
Yeah.
Hey, replay value.
Yeah, let's watch him die.
I want to get the Smash Mouth trophies.
Alright. Well,
I think it will ask
Shit.
me to save, or will it not?
I think it should.
Nope, but
Alright.
we're just going to save manually then. Well, that was fun. Once again, we befriend the murderer, and we now have to start another social link. Will we ever finish a social link?
I don't even care.
Himiko, stop.
Oh, hell